Hello, viewers. Welcome to another episode of Women Talk, where increasingly hot, interactive, and transforming. If you're watching live, #live. If you're going to be watching the replay, remember to replay, and also you can put the replay first we look at this question from 10 to 10. On today's episode, we shall be looking at the topic surviving abusive relationship. Intimate partners violence, surviving abusive relationship. From International Journals of Humanities and Social Science, the publication emerging trend in domestic violence against men in southern Nigeria by Barrister and Mr. M.I. Omagba. Incidents and prevalence of domestic violence against men. On the 1st of February 2015, one Victoria Garriga husband, Henry Gadawi, in their residence at Denogua, Bayelsa State. After 3 years of persecution, the trial judge found her guilty and sentenced her to death by hanging. One Marian Sander of Wuse Abuja stabbed her husband, Ali Rubolo Yamu, to death in Delta State. Sitting in a forum, convicted one Mrs. Mary Atta for the murder of her husband, Mr. Darlington Atta, on the 6th of July 2015, with a kitchen knife after immobilizing him by rubbing pepper on his face. Not satisfied, she dosed the bleeding husband with oil and set him ablaze. An Ibadan-based lawyer, knifed her husband, Lawyer Iwedino, to death on the 2nd of February 2016 at their 10th Adonai Ibadan home. The State High Court in Ibadan subsequently found her guilty of the offense and sentenced her to 7-year imprisonment on the 27th November 2017. Another pathetic incident of husband killing took place at Diamond Estate, Shangotedo, Lagos State on the 3rd of May 2018, when one barrister Udeme stabbed her husband, Otike Odibi, to death. She went further to cut off the man's penis and laid it on his right hand. So, it was believed that intimate partner violence was usually done by men. But in recent time, there have been cases of men being abused by their partners. It is no longer the same as earlier before that only women are the target victim. So on this note, we are going to be looking at the topic, intimate partner violence. What are the strategies to survive abusive relationship? And with me in the studio are my co-hosts who are going to be discussing on this matter and way out for those people that have found themselves in such relationship. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Dr. Samuel.
Good evening, Mama T. How was the weekend?
Thank God. Mr. Oluwalere, welcome to the program.
Yeah, good evening, ma. How are you? Good evening, everyone.
And also with me in the studio is Pastor Sam Idowu. Pastor Samuel, welcome to the program.
Good evening, ma. Bless you, ma.
So we are looking at this, an amazing topic where some people have gone to untimely deaths because of abusive partner, violent, gender is violent. So, honest, let's start with what is intimate partner violence? How do you address that question to Dr. Samuel? What is intimate partner violence?
Thank you very much. Well, intimate partner violence, or as is popularly known, gender-based violence, domestic violence, is domestic violence by current or former spouse or partner in an intimate relationship. It's usually against one's partner or one spouse. By World Health Organization, what the organization define intimate partner violence as any behavior within an intimate relationship that causes physical, psychological, or sexual harm to those in that relationship. All these things include the act of violence, aggression, sexual coercion, psychological abuse, or controlling behavior. The intimate partner violence is often referred to as battering in the family. And this battering people talk about, it has three cycles. The cycle of tension build up. Tension build up in the sense that arguments start, they start arguing, disagreeing on some things. After tension build up, there will be battering. Then the battering will be followed by honeymoon. Honeymoon in the sense that the man try to appeal to the woman, beg her, tell her it's the devil, she won't do that again, he won't do that again, buy gift, buy flower, try to be nice for a while. And studies have shown that that is the cycle of intimate partner violence or domestic violence or gender-based violence. For subsequent cycle, it tends to get worse. If a man slap you once the first cycle of intimate abuse, the second one is going to be more than the first one. It keeps increasing in intensity till something sinister will happen. So intimate partner violence is what actually occurs, is common in our society, but nobody talks about it because we are in a family, we are in a setting in which we believe that divorce rate is low. People don't believe in divorce. So when anything is going on in that family, you have to look for a way to cope with it. So many women are living under undue oppression. Let me talk about this story. I was once running a clinic. I saw a woman on antenatal clinic. That woman had a veil covering part of her face like a Muslim, but not the typical one. And looking through the veil, I could see marks on the face, like finger marks on the face, everywhere in the face, because it happened appear on the front and at the side. And I now asked the woman, Madam, what's the problem? The woman said it in Yoruba that it's the powerful people. What do you mean by powerful people? Who did this? Your husband? He said yes. What happened? The response was that because he has man for school fees. That is why the beating or the facial deformation will go to that. So it's a very common thing. We have them around, we have them in our midst, we even have them in the churches. They discuss with, they come for counseling, you counsel them and tell them they should go and pray. And it continues like that because the society will now get to a time they will see it as norm. I always tell people that intimate partner violence goes beyond marriage. In marriage, it could be in dating, it could be in intimate relationship, it could be in marriage. I always counsel people, ladies, that any man or a woman that could slap you in relationship, please don't go out with that relationship. He will beat hell out of you because we don't change. People, men and women, they don't change. If a man could get angry to the point of slapping you or beating you up, or a woman could get angry to the point of smashing your phone on the floor, please don't go into that relationship because you are yet to see more of what could be done. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm going to go to Pastor Samuel. Pastor Samuel, in what form can intimate partner?
I didn't get your question, ma. I can barely hear you.
In what form can intimate violence occur? In what form? In what area can somebody be abused?
In what area can what?
In what way can somebody be abused?
In what way can somebody be abused?
How can one abuse one's partner? Yes. What are the various forms that abuse can take place?
Okay. Thank you very much, ma. Partners could be abused physically, as Dr. Femi Samuel has rightly said. They could be abused physically, and they could also be abused emotionally. Partner could be abused emotionally. You see, it is the physical abuse that we look at most of the time. We don't really pay attention to the emotional abuse. Physical abuse in the sense that physical battling, the way Dr. Femi Samuel has rightly said. You find out that the husband will beat the wife, and at the end of the day, I have an example of that. There's somebody that I know that's a bit close to me, and when I saw him on a Sunday in church, I didn't see his wife, and I asked him. I said, "Where is your wife?" He said, "Pastor, she's tired." I said, tired? He said, she's tired. Now, when women say they are tired, they don't, I said, she's tired. He said, okay, no problem. Immediately he left me. The Spirit just told me that I should put a call across to the wife. And I put a call across to the wife. I said, madam, how are you? She said, fine. I said, you are not in church. Your husband said you are tired, that you are not in church. And I was just joking with her that I hope it's a better tiredness, so is it stronger and all that. She now said, is that what he told you? I said, yes, that's what he told me. He said, don't mind him. He beat me, he used belt to beat me, he chased me out at night, I slept at an uncompleted building and all that. I said, wow. She said, yes. I said, where are you now? She told me. I took my car and I went to see. I saw her, she showed me the mark on her and all that, And after the whole thing, I got back to church. I told the husband, I said, I'm coming to pay you a visit at home in the evening by 4 p.m. He said, Pastor, I won't be around by 4 p.m. That I want to go and watch match. I said, when will you come by? He said, maybe by 5:30. I said, no problem. I said, at 5:30 I will come. And by 5:30 I went to their house. I met him. Before I got there, he called the wife on phone that Pastor is coming to pay the visit, so you have to be around. And I've told the wife that I'm going to tell him that I'm coming. So you should know that I'm coming. So when he told the wife, unfortunately for him, I got there before the wife. So when the wife, I said, where's your wife now? He said she went to buy something down the street. I said, okay, no problem. And when the wife came in, I said, madam, how are you? They said you went to buy something down the street. And she said, no, I didn't go to buy something. He has chased me out since yesterday. He beat me, chased me out. I slept at the uncompleted. So when the husband find out that at least the wife will reveal the whole secret, it was now that I say, now that she has to, so physical battling One the partner could be abused physically, and they could also be abused emotionally. When you find out that your partner needs your attention and you are not giving the attention, you refuse to talk to her or to talk to him or her. You refuse to give him or her the attention that he needs. You pay more attention to things that are less important than your partner. Those are emotional abuse. You do things that you know that, oh, definitely this thing will hurt your partner. Those are emotional abuse. So the partners could be abused in so many ways. She needs something or he needs something, you can't give it to her. She needs money to buy things, you can't give it to her. These are emotions, these are abuses. There are so many ways that it's not about physical battling alone. There are so many ways that partners could be abused. But most of the time we pay attention to physical, because physical we can see. But even emotional is even more deadly. It's more deadly than physical abuse. The physical abuse, yes, you can keep the other partner, and at the end of the day, they will settle it. But emotionally, you find out that this will continue to linger in the heart of the partner. You know, things that the person needs something, you are not relating to your partner the way this is an emotional abuse. She needs your attention, you are not relating with her. It's an emotional abuse. And this thing is very, very dangerous. It's very, very she needs your attention. I watched a video just yesterday. Let me just round up that so that I watched a video yesterday. The video is going around in social media that the husband and the wife they have misunderstanding and they couldn't settle at night, and they both went to bed. They slept on the same bed, and in the middle of the night, the woman needs the attention of the husband. She was calling for the attention of the husband, but because they did not settle, so the husband ignored her and she died, and the husband never knew. And he dressed up in the morning, he went to work, he came back, still met her on the same spot where he left her. That was when it was done on him that, oh, that this lady is dead. And when he filled the pulse and all that, I found out that she's dead. So emotional abuse is even more dangerous than the physical one. So we just need to be very careful in whatever abuses that we can that one can be involved in with his or her partner. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
We are not hearing you again.
We can't hear you.
What are the impacts of partner violence on the home and the
We are not hearing you. We are not hearing you. Mama T, we're only hearing the noise at the background. We're not hearing you.
On the home and the children. Can you hear me now?
Okay, I'm hearing you now.
There's no noise there, so I don't know where the noise is coming from. As an impact of intimate violent partner on the home and on the children.
That was the impact of intimate partnership violence on the children. The impact is so much.
And on the home.
One, on the home, yes. There are many. One of the impact is whatsoever the couple do at home has both positive and negative impact on the children. If you are the type that beats your wife regularly, or you are the type your wife slaps you regularly, it will tell on the children. Was it last week I was hearing about school pupils, two of them that had altercation in the school, And before you know it, the second one gave a hot slap to the first one. And in the process of trying to know what happened, they discover it has been a regular occurrence in their homes between the father and the mother. And that has been transformed into her. So you discover that's an impact. A home where peace reigns, a home where they preach on a regular basis, will tell on the children as well. A home where there's always an argument, where there are always slangs, where there are always a way of responding to each other, it will tell on the children. So whatever that happens at home, negatively, it will affect the children. And if it is a positive impact, positively as well, it will affect the children. So don't just think whatever you do and your children are very young, they cannot do it, they cannot do that. No way. Even a 1-year-old boy or a 1-year-old girl, they look at you, they look at what you do on a regular basis, and don't be surprised when you see them acting the way you act, even acting better than you do. And that is why we need to be very, very careful. There is nothing like peace at home. And if there is a way couple needs to settle whatever differences that emanate between them, it is always better to do that. We have a principle in my house. Even if we are born of the same father, the same mother, we are bound to have differences occasionally. Even if you are twins, you are bound to have differences. I have a friend. The second twin is a lady. I've been trying to settle dispute between the two of them. Up to now, I have not been able. How much more somebody else from different fathers, from different mothers, from different backgrounds, from different cultural race, coming together to live together. So there are bound to be problems, but the best thing to do is settle it in your bedroom. When you go out, don't carry it out. And most of the time, if it is possible for you to keep whatever argument between you out of the children, please do. And you discover a home where there are always arguments. Such home doesn't command respect among the community. So it has a lot of impact on the children. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm going to take my next question to Dr. Samuel. What are the causes of IPV, intimate partner violence? Dr. Samuel, what are the causes of IPV?
Thank you very much. Causes of IPV. It could actually be bad upbringing.
Samuel is out.
Okay, Pastor Sam, can you address that question for us? What are the causes of IPV.
Hello, can you hear me now?
I think it's back now. I can hear you now.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. It could actually be bad or bringing maybe traumatic childhood. Pastor Brother Oluwalere was saying that if a child has seen his father battering his mother, most of those sights that are being seen by children goes into their subconscious mind, and they will grow up to have a dysfunctional behavior. I mean, they cannot cope well, so they may have because of the post-traumatic stress disorder, they start misbehaving, doing things that is antisocial. It could also be maybe some as a result of getting involved in some social biases like drunkenness, infidelity, in which after taking alcohol, people believe that alcohol is a universal solvent, but the truth about it is disinhibits you. There are things ordinarily you may not want to do, and after taking alcohol, you find yourself indulging in them. It could also be a form of self-defense in which someone that has been battered over the time is trying to fight back, is trying to retaliate to defend himself or herself. So all these things could come together, and some of them due to infidelity, someone want to fight back. He feels that you are cheating him, I should fight back. But if it's in a relationship in which you've always been taught to let go, no matter what the person must have done, you not have the spirit of fighting back. Everything boils down to vengeance. Someone that has been battered in the past, either by the parent or staying with a stepdad or a foster parent, someone that has been offended, you've been cheated or you want to fight back, you find yourself unintentionally. Psychology made us know that the 90% of things that happen to us go to our subconscious mind. What we see or what we know is just the 10%. And after a while, the subconscious mind control the consciousness. So if you are a child that has grown up in a dysfunction home, you find yourself having some antisocial vices. Either by the time you go into drugs, alcohol, drunkenness, infidelity, they see themselves fighting back on what it shouldn't be. See themselves treating their partners as if it's lesser of a being. Seeing themselves venting the anger either of their past relationship or their parents' fault on their partner. And by doing this, the person will be indirectly turning himself into a monster. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. I'll go to Pastor Samuel. When men are victimized, when a man is a victim, they cover up because they don't want to be a laughing stock. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, ma'am.
So when men are the victim, they cover up because they don't want to be a laughing stock. What should such man do? Should he continue to live in silence?
Come again with the question. I didn't get the last your last statement, please.
If a man is a victim and he's
okay,
because he doesn't want people to laugh at him, so what do we advise such man to do? Should he continue to keep quiet?
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. When a man is a victim, for me, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Sincerely, there's nothing to be ashamed of. I will advise such a person to speak out, to see a counselor. To see a counselor, that's just the best way to address it. If he feels that he cannot handle it in the way, in a more a peaceful manner, then the first thing I will advise a man to do is to maybe probably call the partner, talk to the partner, and if she's still behaving same way, and he feels there's nothing to be ashamed of really, but I will advise such a man to speak out, not to anybody, but to somebody that can be of help, to a counselor, is someone that can counsel him, that can tell him what to do. You know, so that is just there's no shame about it. There's nothing to be ashamed of, really. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Let the man speak out. You don't need to keep it, because by keeping it, it's like you are bottling up the issue. You know, so it is best when you speak out. It is best when you say it. It is best when you tell it to somebody that can be of help, or somebody that is more knowledgeable, someone that has more experience in such happening. So it is better for the man to speak out to a counselor that can be of help, so that we know the next step, you know, to take. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. My next question will go to Mr. Oluwalere. In an intimate partner violence, what are the way outs when a partner is being violated, when there's violence, gender-based violence? What are the way outs? Mr. Oluwalere.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Very simple. If you want peace to reign, the way out, there are many. If you want peace for yourself, if it's becoming regular, I think the best thing is to go to the family and report the case. If you don't want the family to be aware in the first instance, go to the church. If it's somebody who respects his pastor, or if there are elderly ones in the church that he respects so much, or maybe in his office, there are people you know he respects so much, either his boss or an elderly person or somebody you regard as an intimate friend. The best thing is to go to him or her and report the case. Other way out is seek an advice, seek a counsel. What can I do? This man has turned me to a punching bag. This woman has always been regular in this useless thing. What do you suggest I can do? That's another option. The other option, you see, this idea of love is blind. To me, at times, when this thing is becoming so much, I think it's better you keep love. Let me give you a practical example this evening. You may not have heard it from me. My immediate senior sister, Olanyika, of blessed memory, we discover the husband they were always quarreling, they were always fighting. When it got to a peak, I made up my mind one day. What I'm telling you now is over 20 years. I made up my mind one day, and I looked for a vehicle. I drove straight to the town where they were, parked her load, asked her to come in. It's my senior sister anyway. We drove back home. I said, for now, stay at home. Let's see the way out. If your husband comes, we'll settle it in the family. If he doesn't come, that means he doesn't really want peace to reign. Some people blamed me. They said all sorts of things, but I remained undaunted. I brought her home. Because my children, he packed her load and went back. Not more than 2 years after, the husband came her. For 2 days after her death, he didn't tell us, he didn't come to us. It was somebody else that came to our village to report the case. Took the case up, went as far as DSS office in Akure, to police headquarters. At the end of the day, we've lost the soul. So the children, he said, I don't want my children to suffer. I don't want my children to suffer. All of them are still alive today. So there are solutions to things. most of the time when things happen, they say devil, devil, devil. But devil is not devil. We know devil is worst is bad before. So why don't you just prevent the devil from the very beginning? So I there was a day we went to, because I happen to be in prison ministry in my office. I've been in my church over life. We went to Maximum Kirikiri one day and we ran into Shegun, the one that stabbed the wife. Myself and our chaplain, together with Shegun, three of us were standing. And we were just this thing. And my chaplain was asking him, Shegun, what even became of you? Why did you do that? What did you do that day? We don't know whether it is true or not. He was saying, you see, the woman has been disturbing me. In fact, that at the time I went away, I left the house, I came back, and they were still provoking me. Before you know what was happening, stabbing, and the rest became history. So the way out for peace to reign when something happens, look for somebody you know is intimate to him, somebody you know he can respect, somebody you know at least once he tells you something, and be prayerful as well. And if you discover it's becoming too much, it is better you leave for now. Thank you.
Thank you so, so much. That is really, really touching. I actually am hearing that for the very first time. No, it's really, really alarming the rates people, partner kill, the male. You hear about husband killing the wife killing the husband. Maybe the case has been lingering. They will call the family, they will call pastor, they will settle it, and they ask them, because of your children, do this and that. That will take me to my next question. Thank you, sir, for bringing that up. I'm going to Dr. Samuel. Let's look at that case that Mr. Luwale mentioned. Why should we wait until someone dies before the family, friends, or neighbor take drastic action about gender-based violence? Dr.
Thank you very much. Hello?
We can hear you, yeah. Loud and clear, sir.
Thank you very much. The type of marriage that we have in this part of the world, you marry the family, not an individual. In the Western world, you can go to court, the next day inform your parents that we are married. We got married yesterday. But it's not like that in this part of the world. There will be introduction, the two families comes together, there's engagement. For some tribes to tell you that it's knocking at the door, introduction, engagement, court wedding, church marriage. And the process, that means the process of getting married here is long and is complex. That makes it more encompassing and interwoven. You can't just back out of that relationship, even though if you feel something is not right. That is the way we are in this part of the world. So when there is intimate partner violence, the same family will come together and be almost encouraging you to stay, giving you reasons why you should stay in that relationship. And if you look at it very well, most of the things we do it because of people. We don't really act to our best interest. So most people that have intimate partner, I remember the case of a pastor and his wife. It was so funny that the pastor was, molesting the wife. Anytime they go to church, the church will cancel them. Wife submit to their husband. Husband love your wife. And nobody was seeing that aspect of that woman. The woman was actually expressing some abuse in the family. But nobody was listening to her because maybe they will tell you, forget about divorce, you can't divorce. And if you must divorce, it's a lot more complex. unless life is involved before the family can say, okay, let's have our child. So in this part of the world, it's a little bit more complex for people to back out of an abusive relationship. It's so unfortunate that we don't even have people to report to easily. The people you want to report to, who are they? Maybe the pastors or the family members. In UK, the system they have is that when you come to the clinic, how they know is that ask you to go and get your urine sample. When you enter the restroom, there's an inscription on the wall. Are you experiencing this and this and this in your home? Don't worry, you belong to the 30% of women in a society. If all these things are true, you pick a sticker from the wall, a red sticker, and put it on your tube of the urine. They will trace you. But it's not like that here. We don't have that system here. We know that we don't have, but the system is not functional. It cannot really help anybody. We can't track them down. Even when you track them down, we still be begging them to stay. I've had stories that people die in the relationship, and there's nothing we could do about it. So more often than not, it is the society, the family, the church that will counsel you, appeal to you not to leave your home, not to leave your children, and you continue to endure the abusive relationship, in which most of them don't even know the magnitude of what you are passing through. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I also want to go to Pastor Samuel on that note, from the pastor view. Why should we wait until someone dies before the family, friends, neighbor, pastors take drastic actions? Pastor Samuel.
Thank you very much, ma. I think Dr. Femi Samuel has said a lot about that. I actually went offline, had network issues, so I actually went offline, but I got some things from what he said. You see, he has said a lot. The truth is that we shouldn't wait until someone dies before we take action. You see, when we find out that this thing is getting out of hand, you see, one thing I advise people in such situations that, number one, you need to speak out. Don't endure. Speak out. Talk to somebody. Let somebody know that, oh, this is what you are going through in your relationship. Let somebody that is close to you, let somebody that can be of help know that, oh, this is what you're going through. When somebody is aware that this is what you're going through, then the person will be able to give you advice that is due. You see, most of the time, as Dr. Samuel has rightly said, your children don't leave your home, don't leave your children, don't leave your home, don't leave your husband, and oh, this thing is wrong. You see, most of the time, what we should do is that if we find out that, oh, we talk to these people and peace is not still coming, we can advise that let there be a little separation. You see, it's not divorce. It's not divorce. I'm not talking about divorce now. Let there be a little separation so that at least let the tension from both sides calm down a little bit. When the tension comes down, when it is hot, it might be difficult to get a solution to this thing, to this abuse. But when
let me just interrupt you.
When there's little separation. Hello, ma.
Okay. In this matter,
hello, ma.
In most cases of violence, you realize that when it is getting to the point that I think somebody might lose his own life in this matter, you will see those things. In cases like this, the church does not accept or believe in divorce. But in a case where you say that this case is tending towards somebody losing their life, what should be the role of the church in this matter so that we can avoid death, what should be the role of the church?
The question to who?
Professor,
you see, the role of the church is. Can you see hear me, please? Hello, can you see? Can you see? Can you see hear me, please?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. The role of the church, you see, the role of the church in this situation is to look for a way of bringing peace into that home. You know, bringing peace into that home. The church will not advise that there should be divorce. The church will never advise that they should be divorced. But the truth is that we just need to look for a way of bringing peace into that home. If it is telling the people involved, you know, to separate for some time, so that we can talk to. We can talk to them. We can bring in their family to talk to them and look for. You see, that is why it is important that whenever the church should know somebody that they can talk to when there's this kind of issue. I mean, in the family, you know, the church will not advise divorce. Oh, the church will not advise that, but the church will look for a way. The church will look for a way to bring peace into that home. Fast and pray with them, talk to them, and if the church see that there's need for separation, then the church can advise that maybe they should separate, they should be apart for some time. Pending the time that there's going to be the tension will go down, they will be able to talk to both parties. You know, so that is the role of the church in this matter, man.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. No, we have mentioned different types of emotional abuses. It could be sexual, like we said, it could be economic, it could be physical, it could be emotional, it could be psychological, it could also be verbal. Now let's look at sexual abuse. How should our partner manage sexual abuse in their home?
It depends on the way you look at it. Sexual abuse depends on the way you look at it. If it's such that maybe it has something to do with infidelity, I think the best thing is for the pastor or for the church to step in, or the elders of the church. If it is such that maybe it's a kind of self-denial, you know, some men can be stubborn, or some men can be somehow, they may say, okay, I want to punish her, and he would rather prefer to go out, and he won't have anything to do with her. And there's nothing like an emotional stress that is more than that. Or it could be the wife that is saying, okay, I will deny her sex. I won't give her, I won't do this. Definitely is finding a way of pushing the husband out. So, to me, such people, if they love themselves, let the pastor or the elder of the church step in. If they love themselves, they should go for counseling. They should attend some marriage seminars. They should read some marriage books. Perhaps, to some extent, it will minimize it. And if they love themselves, they should be prayerful. It could be the devil that is at work. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I'll be taking my next question to Dr. Samuel. How can the abused and abuser help themselves? You can realize that sometimes most of these people that are victims, that are even the ones abusing their partner, after they must have done this thing, they feel guilty. They don't want to do it. So how can these people help themselves?
Thank you very much, Mama T. The first stage in helping yourself, either you're an abuse or the perpetrator, is for you to realize, to recognize a problem. Most of the time, people don't see the problem. They only see what the other person is not doing well. Let me tell you, most people that are the perpetrator of this abuse, they will give you reason why the person is not doing well. You must also realize that there is a problem, because a problem known is absorbed. So when you now know there is a problem, the next thing is that there are different things, that there are different way of management. In the Western world, there are different questionnaires, different models to make diagnosis of intimate partner violence, but here we don't. So what we do is that, do they want to go for counseling separately or together? Because most of the time, people report in Western world intimate partner violence, and studies have shown that even people that have reported the case, it has not really solved the problem. Reporting it to the police does not solve the problem. Yoruba will say, it may just aggravate the issue. It's better, there is what they call alternate dispute resolution, in which you don't follow the normal pattern of dispute resolution. No matter dispute resolution will only generate more dispute. You only go legal, or you want to claim your right when you are ready to go to let that relationship go. You don't want to have anything to do with the relationship. But if you still need your relationship, you have to consider alternate dispute resolution. And what does it involve? The first thing is that two of you must agree that there is a problem with anger. Is he ready to go for anger management? That's problem. He easily gets irritable. Has he learned how to calm down in some cases? So they have to go to counseling, either together or separately, for them to be able to cope with this. The truth is that preventing it is better prevented than managed. The intimate partner relationship is better you see something that is dangerous and you avoid it, that you are in it and you are trying to manage it, because you may not know the depth of the cause. Like if the person has been abused over the years, he grew up in a dysfunctional home. So what do you expect of that person? You will now need to do psychotherapy, several one, on this person, to get rid of what is in his mind, to start treating other people like human, because it's not their fault. There is an extreme form of gender-based violence when they talk about partner terrorism. When the person is a terror, he can use anything on you, harm you. So the best bet is not to get. And when you get into it, you must realize, is there, do you realize it as a problem? If yes is the answer, now let's say a psychologist. Let them start talking. In our setting, we say, let's say our pastor or our leader in the church, let them start talking to you about it, giving you example. And let's pray that all those things will work. But I've seen so many people that it never worked for, that they live in abusive relationship all through their life. I have seen several. It could be so terrible, not only for the partner, even for the children, even for their siblings. I know of a lady who works with me now. She refused to get married. She's of age. She doesn't want to anything about men. And when we start digging why she's behaving that way, we discover that from staying with her parent, the parent died, stay with the aunties, the uncles, all of them have abusive relationship. So in her mind, telling her about marriage is selling her into an abusive relationship. This thing could be, the impact of it cannot be overemphasized. The earlier we start training our children to live normal life, to see one another or each other as not someone that should be bullied or should be abused, the better for us, the better for the society. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Fast spent. So we are going to, on the final note, in rounding off this topic, you're looking at the survivor strategy. Now, the concern is how people feel, not how we think they should feel. Is it about the problem we see, or that the people have, or how they see their problem? So, looking at that, on your final advice to the people who are going through abusive relationship or people that are the perpetrator, what are the escape routes for the victim of gender-based violence, or what are the soft landings? So I'm going to go around on this topic, on this question. So I'll start from Pastor Samuel. What are the escape routes for the victim of gender-based violence, or what are the soft landing?
Thank you very much, Ma. The escape routes is number one. The victims, they need to be patient. They need to be very patient, and they need to speak out. They need to be patient. They need to speak out, and they don't need to patch it. If they don't need to manage it, you see, it's not something that one should manage. It's not something that one should say, "Oh, I can still cope." When you find out that it's getting out of hand, you speak out. Go to people that can be of help. Let people know what you're going through. You see, many people suffer and die in such relationship because they don't want to speak out. They are ashamed of people, friends, families. What will they say? What will they think? What will they say? I've spent a lot of money on wedding. I've done this. I've done that. And what would they say? That my marriage is crashing, my relationship is this, my relationship is that. So let's forget about what people will say. Let's love ourselves first. Love yourself first. Protect yourself first. Speak out. Go to people that could be of help. Go to people that can counsel, that can give you good counsel. Pray about. Tell God to change, to touch the heart of your partner. So those are the things that one can do. But I will advise that we don't patch it. Don't patch it. Don't say, "Oh, I can still cope." People die because they feel that they can still cope. People die because they are not speaking out. People die because they don't let people know. They don't let one or two people know what they are passing through in the relationship. So let's speak out. Let's tell it to someone that will be of help. And by so doing, we'll find out that one way or the other, we'll get a counsel that will help us in going out of such a relationship. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. We'll now go to Mr. Lualeri. What are the escape routes for the victim of gender-based violence, or what are the soft landing?
The escape route. Thank you. The escape route for the couple to tell themselves the bitter truth. They still want the relationship to move forward. They should tell themselves the bitter truth. They should sit together and agree on the way out. Do we continue? Do we want peace to reign in this home? Do we break the marriage? Let me give you a particular example again. When I have not married and I was staying with my auntie, a man with a wife, for years, they don't have an issue. And was getting longer and longer and longer. They sat together and they mutually agreed to separate. They got separated. Thereafter, the man married to another woman. Thereafter, the woman married to another man. They both have issues. Although we say this one is not spiritual, truly, it may not be spiritual. But you have to recognize the fact that even pastors now divorce. Nobody prays for it. So the way out is to come together, tell themselves the bitter truth, if they will still want peace to reign. Another way out is to they tell themselves the bitter truth, they should be prayerful. Set a time for prayer, for God to heal the differences. That's another way out. Another way out is if peace is not going to reign, let them separate. It's better than death. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Samuel, what's your take on that, sir?
Thank you very much, Mama T. Much has been said about gender-based intimate partner violence or gender-based violence. But what I'm going to add to what has been said is that, or what I want to reiterate is that, don't wait till you die before you know before you leave that relationship. Many people have waited and they didn't live to tell the story. If you're having problem and you feel that it's becoming partner terrorism, please find your way out. It is when you are alive that you can help your children, you can be there for your family, and it is only the living that can tell the story. So when you get to a point in which you are finding it difficult to cope or your life is being threatened, kindly leave. People will laugh at you. Even if you stay and die, people will still laugh at you and call you fool. But be alive and let people laugh at you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sirs. We have a good time on this topic, and on this note, we are going to be running off this topic. And I want as many people that have found themselves in such relationship that if you say you want to stay in an abusive relationship because of your children, because you don't want people to laugh at you, you need to be alive to take care of your children. So take care of yourself first. If any relationship is life-threatening, take a break. You need to take a break. You need to be alive to handle every other thing that may be related to that relationship or family. And to as many that are found themselves as the abuser, I want to believe a lot of time people tend to say that they don't know what they are doing is the devil, and after the situation, they'll come back remote, trying to apologize and all that. If you think you are, sometimes you find yourself in a situation you cannot help yourself, seek help. If you need to see a psychiatrist or psychologist, go ahead and do that. Because if you keep abusing somebody, at the end of the day, if somebody dies, you are either going to die for it or you go to prison. So if you kill your wife or you kill your husband, and if you are lucky not to be sentenced to death, what will you tell your children? So I wish everyone, whoever that has been going through any of this, that God will help them sort out the situation. And at the same time, we have to be deliberate about it, what we want to do about this, so that we can all stay alive to be a wife or to be a husband or a father or a mother. So on this note, we are closing today. Thank you once again for being a part of the show today on Real Men's Talk, where it is sizzling hot, interactive, and transforming. So see you on another episode of Real Men's Talk, and bye for now. Good night, everyone. Dr. Samuel.
Good night, Mama T. Mr. Oluwalere, Pastor Samuel, good night, sir.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Femi Samuel. You are
Yes.
combined honor, you combine our two names. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Samuel, thank you. Mama T.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Happy week.